afternoon, good evening, good morning, folks. It's me, I'll always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Vitamin Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, I got a busy weekend. Can't believe it. See, I got some things coming up. This is my first interview start the weekend, and I got two more tomorrow. I got my live stream. We're gonna do a little panel with some of the ladies who competed at the Masters Olympia just this past week ago. It's almost 2 weeks ago. Wow, time really flies. And also, we got a couple more interviews coming up next week. Can you believe it? August is at the end. Summer's about to wind down. I know you parents are happy that your little rugrats, your little your little bundles of joys are back in school now. I feel sorry for your teachers. Yeah, I know you were enjoying that time off. So folks, we have here is a lovely lady, and she is an IFBB pro. She just made her pro debut actually a couple of weeks ago. Her first show was the Tupelo Pro, where she competed, and then she did the Atlanta Pro. Now we have here the lovely Mrs. Heather Wright. She is from West Virginia, and she sure is pretty. So I got to do that in there. And she, like I said, just made a pro debut, and we'll talk to her, and she did pretty good. Both her shows, she cracked the top 5, and that's pretty good for a pro debut. I mean, tell you. So welcome, ma'am, and thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Not
it.
not a problem, not a problem. So this is what I asked you, ladies, that especially what got you started in sport, as I call it, muscle and masculinity. Please share.
What got me started? I've always been athletic. I've always been into sports. I ran track and cross country in high school. Both of my parents are runners, so I figured like that's what I would enjoy doing, but I never really loved it. I was never passionate about running, and I also didn't like the way my body looked. Like that runner's body, you're just kind of like skinny fat. You know what I mean? There's no
All right, I'm just
tone.
fat. There's no skinny to me. I'm just fat. When it makes me laugh when people say that skinny fat. Well, because you got a little punch. Look at this. Look at this. I'm like Boston from Austin Powers. Let me eat your baby. Keep going, ma'am. Keep going.
So I was like, I need to put some muscle on my frame. So I would just like the way my body looks. So that's kind of how I got started. Um, and then I found out that I could put on muscle pretty quickly. And a friend who I was training with was like, "You should compete. Like you've done a huge transformation. Like you should compete." So that's kind of how I got started. Just wanting to look better, and then found out, wow, I can actually put muscle on pretty quick. This is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody's genetics is different depending on them how they grow and develop when it
Yeah.
comes to a sport like bodybuilding. Being you come from a runner's background, I know quite a ladies who were in track and field. Where there were sprinters and also did like miles and marathons. Some have come from like other sports like gymnastics, soccer. It's
Yeah.
just I think it's just finding your place in a sport that really works with how your body grows and develops.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, so after that, what was your first show? What was that experience like?
That was amazing. So, the friend Jason who suggested that I compete, he actually coached me. He was like, "I'll just coach you." He, I was like, he's like, "I know a little bit about bodybuilding. I've competed before. We'll just do a show together." And I went and did the Kentucky Open in August of 2023, and I was in figure at that point. Um, and I ended up winning every single class that I did. And then I won the overall also. So that experience was awesome. And I mean, after that, I was like, this is this is what I love. Like this is where I belong. This is a passion that I have. And at that moment, I was like, I'm gonna continue to do this. This is something that I want to pursue. So yeah, it was just fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's that thing is the thing about bodybuilding is a sport of passions because you know what most people wouldn't want to do what you want to do what you're doing.
Yeah, right.
You have to be very patient, consistent, disciplined. I mean, the everyday person doesn't want to get up like 3 or 4 in the morning to go to a gym because you have to go to work the next day, and then you have kids.
Yep.
So how old is your babies?
I have a 13-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter.
A
Yeah.
3-year-old, but that 13-year-old, remember this, gotta beat him down because
Oh yeah.
he's about to he's feeling his man, he's feeling
He's
his
scared of
man.
mom.
Yeah, remember, you gotta beat him down. Like my mama, she had to raise me, and I had like growing up, I had like 3 sisters, 2 brothers, and also my nephews. My sister's older son was living with us for a good while, and that's almost like hey, my mom had to take care of us. It used to be like this. People used to thought that my 2 younger nephews were my mother's sons. And then, she said, my mom referred to Miss Burke had those 5 boys. No, mom had 3 boys. But then one time they thought me and my younger brother, her son, and they said, Miss Burke, what's that girl doing all those boys? 2 of those boys are her brothers. So, but I can understand you. It's just, yeah, she had to tell them that. Say that 2, those are her, that's my sister said it like this. My mom was too old when she had her, but she was too old, too young when she had her, too old when she had the last 2. But,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. But that's good, because I know that's one hard part about being a female bodybuilder is the responsibility of taking care of a family. Especially you got one's still a baby.
Yes.
It's a handful, especially. Oh my God, we were talking earlier where I was talking about how my nephew, my brother's younger son, stayed with us. He was like from 2 to 5, and he was a handful. Plus, he was autistic. But how is your little baby girl? How's she doing?
She's doing good. She's a handful. She gives me a run for my money. My son was so easy. He played with his toys. He was just so well behaved. He loved to sleep. Um, and she's just into everything that she's not supposed to be. She fell today and busted her nose and blood
Oh,
everywhere. And yeah,
oh.
she's okay.
Poor
But it's
baby.
like she was climbing up on something she wasn't supposed to. It's just all over the place. You have to watch her like a hawk,
Yeah, my
which is
mom used to,
hard when you have other things you got to do around the house and whatnot.
yeah, my mom used to say, a hard head make a soft ass. That's how it is sometimes, and it's good, And truthfully, with boys, I think some women tell me that boys are easiest because what there's an old saying: a boy's best friend is his mother, and we love
Yeah.
our moms. My mother, I took care of for the last. This is what got me into this whole thing of doing this because I was taking care of her for like 5 years, 5 6
Yeah.
years, and then she was my woman. That was my responsibility. But doing this content helped my mindset taking care of her. And when she passed, this gives me I needed something to fulfill my life a bit. So doing this content, talk to you ladies, this is one thing about it that really helps me out. So
I love
you
that.
know, so yes, I appreciate that. So as you know, she did it even from my man David. So I got to be sloppy seconds. I take that. But she works as a healthcare nurse. So when did you started that, and how long you been doing it?
What, the nursing?
Yeah.
I've been a nurse for 15 years. Yeah. Um, I've worked some in the hospital and the ICU, but for the last like 9 or 10 years, I've been a home health care nurse. So I go into people's homes and provide nursing services, whatever they need, wound care and other things. Yeah. Disease education, stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah.
dealing with my mom stuff, I appreciate y'all because I would say thank you for you. People say tell military period, thank you for your service. No, military's not providing a service. I would say to you, thank you for your service because
Yeah. I
I
appreciate it.
appreciated the nurses that helped me out doing taking care of my mom. A lot of respect for you nurses, a lot of love for you. Quite a few ladies who've been on here, my guests have been nurses, and it's a tough job. So like remember that old commercial? It's like the Peace Corps. It's the toughest job you ever love.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
rewarding too. So I love it.
Yeah, and you get to think about it. I know you come in and say, "Hey, I'm your nurse for this afternoon." And say, "Oh, whoa!"
They love it. They love it. My patients love it.
I know some of the gentlemen probably love it a lot more.
They do.
And it can't help that you're a pretty woman. And as my other guy say often, he says like, and also you are beautiful. I am sorry about him. I know he got excited because he saw you. So now you did try to get your pro card back in 2023.
Yeah.
And what would you show? What happened? What happened that first try?
So after my regional show where I won the overall, we were just going to stop there and go into like a growth season. But where I did so well, North Americans was like 2 weeks later, and we were like, well, let's just go up there and see how I rank among other nationally qualified competitors, and just see what happens. I'll either win or I'll find out exactly what I need to do to win the following year. So it was either way, it was something that I felt like I needed to do. Um, I did the Masters and then the Open in figure, and I got fourth place in the Open and sixth place in Masters at my first national show. So, and they said that I just needed my upper body needed to be bigger, my back needed to be bigger. So I found out exactly what I needed to do, and I did it, and then came back and won my pro card the following year. Yeah. So
That's pretty good. I think the criteria are changing when it comes to these divisions, both figure and physique, where they tell you, oh, we need more density in the back, more width, more cap in the shoulder, especially in the figure division, how it's looking. If you
yeah,
look at right now, as you know, there's going to be a challenge for the open figure title, and that's
yeah,
between, I think one person, I will honestly, I say this, I hope she wins. That's Lola Montez. I'm a fan of hers. I like Missy Trescott. I don't think she deserves it, but if she wins it, I take it. The other person, I don't mention her name. I don't care about her. Poof, poof, whatever. So, so now you earned your pro card. That was at the Masters, in
Masters Nationals.
Masters
Yeah.
Nationals, which is a team collegiate show. I know a lady who also interviewed. She also turned pro that show. That was Sandra Amaro, and interviewed her
Okay.
was a few months ago. And it's been around quite a few times. Just recently interviewed a gentleman who just got his pro card there, just last month. So what was that feeling like when after you hadn't been competing too long, but
No.
boom, getting
Yeah.
your pro card?
It was a wild experience. And I did figure and women's physique. That's when, like, halfway through my prep, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna try women's physique. My coach was like, told me that I should. I didn't know any of the poses. I've been figure. So I had to get a posing coach and work on those poses. And I ended up doing better at women's physique. I mean, I won the overall um, at that show. So, and I ended up loving it so much better, like the poses, the routine. Um, so it was a really great experience. I mean, it's crazy. You know, it
Well,
happened so
also
fast.
you get to take off those, and also when you switch over, you get to take off those high heels.
Yes. I was always scared to death I was gonna
Yeah,
walk out there and fall. I'm like, I'm gonna fall in these heels. So
I
I'm
know. It's
glad
like I
to
said,
go away from those hills. Yeah.
I've heard quite a few stories of ladies say that sometimes they have to find like get lotion, try to get off those high heels after being on their stage, and some ladies have to sometimes because feet swell so bad, they have to take a hair dryer and expand the rubber around the straps to get them back on. I mean, it's a lot. It's a division that's been around for quite a bit, and it's so easy. Like there's a debate about crossovers. Is reason why some divisions are changing the way they look at it now. If you can jump from figure to physique so easily, where you can, I interviewed a lady, was it about last year? She got three pro cards and two in figure and one in physique. And that was at the North Americans, which is coming up next weekend.
Yeah. That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's just how it is. So that feeling that we got your pro card, what was going through your head that day on the stage?
Shock. Honestly, shock. I think I cried when I walked off the stage. It just was a very overwhelming feeling. You work so hard, um, and to have that dream come to fruition. I mean, there's nothing like that feeling. It's exhilarating. Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, you put a lot of time, a lot of work into bringing your physique to a certain level, especially as a competitor, and then now you have the status of IFB Pro, but now you have to start all the way to the bottom. Like when you
It-
were you're amateur, now you got to
yeah.
start back to the bottom. But then I said again, being this was your pro debut, and it's pretty good starting from the bottom, cracking the top, five in both of your shows. And that was Tupelo and the Atlanta Pro, which was just pretty, like here she is right here, hanging out with the ladies here. A couple of ladies I interviewed who's in this lineup: Jennifer Hosteller, Tiffany Walker. I see Megan Santa Barbara, also the legendary Miss Brittany Herrera, better known as Brittany Flex. I also think who was in the top 10 of that show was also uh, Alexandra Blankenship. She's an amazing young lady, just
Yeah.
5'8", 4'8". He's short. I mean,
That was fun.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun.
I
Yeah,
had no
Linda.
expectations going into that show. Yeah. So
Mhm.
I was amazed. Yeah.
Like I said, what's it? Linda's show has been around for quite some time. It's a pretty good show. I mean, and coming in there and probably pacing out some ladies who probably would have been Olympia level competitors there, it's pretty good for yourself.
That's wild. It's wild. I I just wanted to get like half. Like if there were 16 women, I wanted to get like eighth. Like that was my initial goal. So yeah, when they called me out for that final call out, when I knew I got third or fourth, I didn't know. Um, it was crazy, and it was just fun. It was just fun being up there with those ladies, those bosses. I mean, it was just fun. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, yeah, you should enjoy yourself because, like I said, this is an
Yeah.
opportunity. Not a lot of people, like I said again, can do what y'all do. And with bodybuilding, it's a lot of work and time and consistency. And I mean, and then you get to a show like either Tupelo and Atlanta and able to get as high as you did on your first year as a pro. That's an accomplishment. And also, somebody who's very impressed by it was the female bodybuilding channel. I follow AJ and JB over there. They've been on my channel. I've been on theirs. They often tell me, give me some advice and stuff going on. And they were really impressed by your physique. Did you see any of the? Because I think somebody, I don't know if somebody sent you any clips or anything from them, but do you see any of it?
No, did you send me clips of it? I'll have to watch that. That's
I I
interesting.
think it was in their story, so it's probably gone now. But
Ah,
if I can check if it still have some stuff in their YouTube or even on their IG, I'll send you some links and you can look at them.
okay.
So
Yeah.
mention these folks. While we have her here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump into her social media for a bit. If you want to follow Heather, her links in the description of this live stream. You want to check her out. Support these ladies in sport and bodybuilding. They can use it. But guys, Heather, I don't say this to offend you. I say this because there's guys out there who are kind of, guys, be respectful. She got kids, no weird shit, no D pics. I know she's pretty. You get excited to see, she's right now, she's wearing a strap. You see everything, and you're like, but calm down, guys, calm down.
Yeah,
Take a
that's gonna get you
breather.
blocked. Like blocked.
Yes, come on, guys, come on, you can do better than that. We need to be better. So we're gonna
Yeah.
jump into her social media for a little bit here. And here she is. She posted some stuff here recently. This is some this is like when you first started around your competition year. This is one of your earlier stages. Now this is the final form. Or feel like
Yep.
you're still ready for the next level. Or you like
I
Goku,
am ready for the next level. That's right. Yes.
so you're gonna hit the Super Saiyan skill set. Yeah. And
Yeah.
here she is here, and here she is posing at the Linda show. And who's your posing coach and who's you working with?
Kenny Wallach is my posing coach.
Oh,
He's
that's a legend.
amazing.
He's a
Yeah.
legend. I've heard quite a few ladies who've been working with him. He's one of the top guys in the sport. I
Yeah.
mean,
He makes everything perfect. I mean, everything perfect. And he's very OCD, and he gives directions so well. Like, yeah, he knows the human body and how to make it look amazing in poses.
well, I heard quite a few most good things about Mr. Wallach. I mean, he's I would say one of the top guys in the business when it comes to
Yeah.
posing, understanding how the body moves, how to put yourself in the right position, and also to
Yes.
be a good performer at the same time as a good poser. And also, who's your
Yes.
main coach? Who's the person that you worked with for the
Um,
last couple years?
Blue Taylor.
Uh, and how many is he? Are you his only client? Or he has other clients.
Oh, he has probably 300 and some clients. Yeah, and mainly he works with men. So, but he has a few women, obviously. I'm one. He coaches Yvonne Pennington, which is going to the Olympia in
Yeah,
women's
actually,
physique.
true story about this. I interviewed her the day before she won her qualification at the Legion
Okay.
Pro. As you
Yeah.
know, she serves our country. So I say to her, anybody who serves our country, I don't say thank you for your
Yes.
service. I say I appreciate the sacrifice you have made as a citizen for this country. And she's the last champion to hold the women's physique Legion Pro title. As you know, they no longer have that division
Oh,
or figure at the Legion show.
I hate that.
And those show Daytona, they dropped women's physique too, and open and masters. I mean, it's getting tough because I think women's physique is getting that stink eye when it
Oh
comes
no,
to
I hate
yeah,
that.
yeah, because
I love women's physique. I like the muscle categories. That's just me.
yeah.
To
What,
each their own.
me being a fan as long as bodybuilding I was a fan of women's bodybuilding. When physique
Yeah.
came on, I call it down. I call it watered down women's bodybuilding. And I was a big fan at first, but you know what? I really have a lot of respect for you ladies. And good many of my interviews are with physique competitors. I've had two women bodybuilders. Here and there,
Yeah.
this sprinkle figure. I'm dipping into also some bikini competitors. Had a couple of wellness competitors. You just recently had a couple of fit miles divisions. Excuse me. Ha! Quit! I mean, I'm not a. I'm no. I have no offense against the competitors, but I'm not a fan of division. I think
I
there's a
couldn't
yeah,
agree more. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was critique from the judges at Atlanta?
Tyler Mannion told me that I needed to have more depth and density to my back. Um, and my legs needed to be bigger. And then he's like, you just need to grow all around as well, but mainly my back and my legs. So that's what we're going to focus on. He said that I had my condition was perfect, and that I had a good flow and good shape, like the classic tapered look. So, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, the thing is, I think every judge has a different critique of a competitor,
Yeah.
and often, sometimes they want to see more definition, more size. I feel like they're getting way too far from when it comes to the criteria because sometimes I think the judges are calling maybe hurting the divisions more than helping it. So, in your personal opinion, what do you feel like is your best physical feature?
My best physical feature. I'm proud of my back. I have worked really, really hard on my back. Because so after that first national show, I mean, that's what they told me that I needed. I needed more cap shoulders, and a wider, thicker back. And so I really put a lot of effort into my back and my shoulders. My shoulders grew. They like to grow for whatever reason. um, so yeah, I'm gonna say my back.
Yeah, I think the back is probably the most popular one that a lot of ladies talk about. Some say their legs, some say their quads, some say their abs. You want to work on everything as an athlete to come full circle. Now here she is her debut, which is her official first show. That's on Tupelo, and I know I heard some ladies that they didn't like the fact the show was so late in the afternoon. Like I think you said it too, even if you were David, that the show was so late in the day. I mean, 5 o'clock.
It was I don't know if I'll ever do a show again that's like that. My body doesn't respond well. Like it was either that or I was just really nervous because the peak just wasn't where it needed to be. I didn't really get a pump backstage when I was trying to pump up. And I think it was probably cortisol and the fact that it was the evening. And I've been waiting around all day, and that anticipation was building. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I
Excitement.
like a
You're
morning
excited.
show.
Yeah, I think I know. When I went to Tampa for my friend's competition, she was competing in Masters. and they had it like at 5 o'clock. And it'd been better than maybe had 2 or 3 because we afterwards, me and her husband tried to find someplace to eat. It was hard to find same place to eat. But yeah, I think a lot of competitors like to do the shows early in the morning, get it out of the way, and then have like this has been a better time at 5 o'clock to do the finals.
Yeah.
And one lady who's been a guest on my channel a couple of times, I call her the Iron Woman, Marika Jones.
Oh,
She drove from Tupelo
no,
to Texas. That's at least a 7 to 8 hour drive. And
yeah.
I gotta give respect to her. She's been a guest on my channel quite a few times. We try to keep in contact. I mean, when I was like, what I do is like sometimes like when the show's coming up, I do I do a list of who's competing on the show, and I post it on my social media. And when I saw the list saying like
Like, wait
Marika
a minute.
Bill. Wait a minute. I know that because sometimes she'll either go by Marika Beal or Marika Jones. And I said, wait a
Yeah.
minute, is that a typo? I mean, and she said, no, it's not a typo. I said, how's she doing it? And she went on live and she said she slept in the back of the truck. Her friend drove her down. It got there. I mean, I had to call her. I got her a new name. She's the Iron Woman. Dun, 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 dun. Rest in peace, Ozzy. You know, I mean, amazing lady. I mean, it's like yourself. She's also a single mother. She works also.
Yeah, she was awesome. I got to meet her backstage. But I got to stand on stage with her at Tupelo. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
she's awesome.
She's a great person. I hope to see her back next year. I know she said she was shut it down after this. We have here my man David Bryan from the Female Bible Forum. He says Heather is a lovely. She was one of my favorite interviews. Oh, he's
Hey,
supposed to
David.
be. Also, he says this. He says, and George, you gotta tell the ladies no V pics.
No
Stop it.
V-Pics. Stop sending those V-Pics to
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you send them to me. I'll take them. Hey, I'm a lonely man. I'm telling you, but
Oh,
yeah,
that's so
it,
funny.
yeah. It's amazing how hard work and dedication, keeps our ladies do this sport. Most people, when they think of bodybuilding, they think about I just pop some steroids and take it and rather and I'll just be like and really, but there's more to this. I mean, there's the diet, consistency, the training. Like, what's the day to day for you when you're, especially coming up, getting ready for this year for your pro debut?
Well, I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning and I go and do fasted cardio. I keep cardio in all off season just so I don't gain too much fat. Um, and then I come home, I eat breakfast, I get all of my meals ready for the day, wake my kids up, get them ready for school, take them to school, and then I go and work my job all day. Once I'm done seeing patients, then I go to the gym and I train, and and then I go and pick my daughter up from the babysitter. I'm home usually around, I'm gonna say between 6 and 7 in the evening, and then we do the bedtime, dinner, you know, nighttime routines, and then wake up and do it all over again the next day. It's not very exciting. It's very mundane and routine and structured, but I thrive off of that. I need that personally. I don't like chaos. I like things planned out. So, yeah.
Well, you talk to the wrong guy. I love chaos. I love anarchy. My favorite things is dynamite and gasoline. Like this. Heaven. I'm just a dog chasing cars. I don't know what to do if I get one. I particularly just in love having fun. Just love we say anarchy and chaos. That's like music. It's mother's milk.
You
I'm
wouldn't like bodybuilding then, Joker.
No, he would not. It is he doesn't believe in order, but he loves chaos. And
He
yeah, that's the thing
does.
is that's the important part about being a bodybuilder. You need that discipline. Motivation can change from the wind.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I mean, you can get one morning, the baby's crying, like I don't feel like doing this. Your son say, "Hey, mama, I'm a man, mama." Say, "Nah, you my baby, I'll beat you down." Say, but you have to. It's important for you to keep that constant, consistent regimen, because sometimes it can affect how you grow and develop as a bodybuilder.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And yeah, I don't always want to go. I know my alarm goes off, and I'm like, no, I don't want to get up, but I do, right? I always feel better afterwards too. I gotta remind myself of that sometimes. Some mornings, like you're gonna get there, you're gonna do your cardio because that's usually the hardest part. Is 4 a.m. fasted cardio, just waking up that early. Um, but yeah, like you're gonna feel better once it's finished, and I always do. I'm always thankful. I never regret doing the things that I need to do ever.
Well, that's the thing. I learned that from my mother. That sometimes you got to do things that you need to do, especially when you have a family to take care of,
Yeah,
responsibilities you have to do. We have to be adults. I got a brother. He still act like he's like we tell him you're not the baby. You're our mother's last child, but you're not a baby. You're a grown
yeah,
man. It's a lot of things you have to do for yourself to maintain, because this sport can be mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. That's the big part right there, the financial part, because you got to think about it. The cost of your paying your coach, the gym, also your food, your diet, going to the shows, your posing suits right there. I mean, that's your car
yeah,
note, that's your rent, it's a mortgage, depending on who the suit designer is. I mean, also, I'd say like this for the guys, and I keep saying this because it's two guys. I know your food costs are probably a little more, but when it comes show days, it's more expensive for the ladies because all you guys got to do is pour a pair of banana hammers and board shorts. That's it. These ladies have the presentation of have to have a combination of having great muscle and also maintaining a level of femininity. That's always a debate about bodybuilding. The difference between it's important to have the muscularity and femininity can both come together as one.
yeah. Yes, I think it does. I think we see it, you know, with all the women that are up there, and I think that's important. It's important to me um, to stay feminine. I feel more feminine now, having more muscle than I ever did when I didn't. My confidence is higher. So, but we all every person is different. Everybody's attracted to different things. To each their own. Some people don't like the way I look. We get snide remarks. I get stared at. Um, there's been a few patients, that I've taken care of that didn't want me to come back because they're like, but that's fine. That's fine. And then you got the other ones that these 80-year-old men that ask me out on dates because they love it.
hey, hey,
you
hey,
know,
hey, hey, they may be old, but their feet ain't cold. That's the thing
that's
is,
right.
yeah. And like I said, I saw this picture here. She was on my social media. Here she get like, can I get a shot of the title? Can I get a shot of the
That's
title?
right.
Yeah,
That was Halloween. That was fun.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we trying to be like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I wanted to be Rhea Ripley. That's who I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still watch wrestling, or
Not some.
yeah.
Yeah.
You heard that recently Naomi just got pregnant. Her and Jimmy
Oh,
Uso about to have a baby. Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Shout out to yeah. When I was growing up, because like you're like myself. You're from the South. Where you originally from?
I was born in Kentucky, but I grew up here in West Virginia. We moved here when I was 4.
Yeah.
So,
So growing in the South, we grew up watching the old classics. Like I grew up with guys like Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes,
yeah.
Chief Wahoo McDaniel. The WD stuff didn't come on till later. Like used to come on like maybe on the weekends every now and then. And I was a big wrestling fan as a kid. I don't watch it much like I used to. I mean, the Hulk Hogan thing. I'm not getting into details of that, but I mean, quite a few bodybuilders have said like China before she got seriously into wrestling. She was a bodybuilder for a little bit. People like
There's
Trish
a lady
Stratus.
on there now. I can't remember her name, but she was a bodybuilder, and she's one of their characters now. I can't remember her name, but she looks great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
a lady I know named Shay Mashaka, and she's now doing wrestling. She goes by Tawanda, to Donna. To how pronounce it? I forgot how to pronounce it, but she do wrestling now. I think you see quite a few. I think this lady Kayla Rossi, I believe that's her. She's a professional wrestler, but she also is a bodybuilder. Batista was a bodybuilder, and John Cena. I
Yeah.
think yeah. just quite a few have transitioned from that world into that. We
There's
have
no
here.
way. There's no way I could be thrown around like that. I'd break something.
eh,
Tear something. There's no way.
Yeah, like I say this, I got two bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin right now. I don't think I could be able to do it. We
Yeah.
used to kids, we used to like wrestle, you play with each other. I used to take my younger brother, used to like Lex Luger do the torture rack. You're like, yeah, like but it's fun. We have here shout to my man here, David sticking in. Says, I hope Heather will consider a mid-season show. I think she can with Omaha or Ottoman next year and get the first qualification. First, I think because you know, it's like I said, just did Atlanta and you did Tupelo. Do you feel
Mhm.
like this is going to be your growth season right now? You feel like you want to try next year, or you feel like you want to take more time?
We're gonna try next year. I mean, Blue and I've already talked about it. Yeah, 2026. I just don't know like the time frame of when I could do a show, when he wants me to do a show. I know he's gonna want me to grow for a significant amount of time to make the improvements that I need to. Um, but yeah, 2026 I will be back. I don't know what show, and hopefully, I mean, I'm gonna come back with a vengeance. I'm gonna try and win. Yeah, that's always the goal, though, right?
Here, what I often hear ladies tell me, it's not a race, it's a marathon. As a runner, it takes a lot more time
It
to
does.
especially going to rub shoulders with people like because Meg, she was second to Tampa to
Hmm.
Zama Benson at Tampa. I was there. Zama, she said, wow. I got to see some of those ladies up closer, like Lavalia Barros and my lady who was a friend of Janine Lukowski. It's one thing when you see them on like
It's
on live stream or on on a pay-per-view, but to see them in person, it's no different level,
oh
like
yeah.
yeah. And we talk about again like ladies in sport. Are you certain ones that you're a fan of, that you admire, you respect their skills as bodybuilders?
Yeah, well, Zama, is that how you pronounce it? She's great, and I love Megan Santa Barbara, um, and of course Sarah and Natalia. They're amazing. I don't know her last name, Rachel. She's the real Lois Lane on
Yeah, she was.
Instagram. She's
Yeah,
so
Rachel
cool.
Daniels. I
Rachel
actually,
Daniels.
actually, actually, I saw her because one of her clients is a lady I got to meet there at Tampa. Is Keisha Oliver. I saw her there. I was the day I was walking in. It was that Friday. They were doing I paid the tickets for the finals because I was stretching my dollars. I couldn't do the prejudging, and I was walking in wearing my Superman shirt. And she's walking, and she said, "Real Lois Lane." And I said, "Superman," and we just touched fingers. And when she's amazing physique. I think she's done pretty good for herself.
Yeah, I love her physique and I love her just energy and her style. She's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish
I
I
know.
was as cool as she is.
She's been through a lot. I mean, just a couple of days. She just had a birthday. I think she's now 31 years old. Still,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's
So
amazing.
young.
Yeah, still young. I remember when I was in my 30s. See, like then like I just know what happened, folks. I just time flies, when you get older. One lady who I'm gonna check of most definitely is quite a few ladies who I'm a fan of, but one I can't help it. I'm obsessed with because I think she's so beautiful, and that is the lovely Miss Andrea Shaw.
Oh God,
Oh God,
yes, of
I
course.
I
I mean,
gotta
it's like
do.
perfection. So
She
good.
is. She's like the fifth element. She's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. She's a
Actually, this
superhero. She's a
actually
superhero.
yeah, I will say this. I want to give a shout out to my dear friend, the lovely Eunice Martinez. Bad rap. I got it. So I want to give a shout out to her. She gave me his hat while I was there.
Yes.
Eunice back in 2023 was at the Olympia. That was the year it was in Orlando. While she was there, she ran to Andrea. She got me this issue of Muscle Development. It's the last issue that's done in print because Muscle Development stopped making prints. I got quite a few in the storage rooms with my comics. And what makes it so special for me, never met this woman. She knows I exist. I love to have her on the channel. And she signed it. You see?
It's awesome. Yes.
I know a weirdo about it. I've gotten stuff from ladies. I appreciate stuff to give me, but this one's the one that really, really I appreciate. Shout out to my friend using Bad Rap. Check her out. I'll send you a link to check out that stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's some amazing women in the sport. I mean, the sport has evolved over the years, where muscle the conditioning, and also, and we talked about earlier, people's behaviors when it comes to women with muscle. I think society views is something like an outcast because
Oh
you're
yeah.
taking your body, you're building it to a different level, which is not considered like. As you know, we're both from the South. Women are a little bit more dainty, a little more full figure, whatever. But when you see women like yourself, it's just I think it kind of you can have two kind of mindsets. You either have somebody saying, "What is that?" or someone says, "Wow."
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. I get both. I get both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people appreciate it, and other you get the stank eye, which is fine. I get it. I don't look like the average female, so it's part of it. It comes with what I do. It was kind of hard at first, but yeah, I'm gonna live my life the way I want to live it.
Especially you have children, you have a teenage son, he's getting the age,
Hmm.
I know sometimes his friends come and say, wow, your mom's stronger than my dad, or,
Yes.
or then you have that friend says, hey, Miss Wright, you come over, you say like, can I, what's your son's name?
Nolan.
Nolan. Hey, Nolan, you think I can stay over tonight, and just chill, I'm not gonna do anything crazy, it's just there is those guys, and I'm gonna have to tell you this, Heather. I have a particular personality. My crime is I'm muscle personal. Y'all ladies excite me, y'all beautiful bodies. I mean, it's just something about it. But doing this content, I realized that it's a lot of work and discipline to be who you are and to maintain that, as a woman also,
Yeah.
men and women, we're always going to be different. Let's say this, we're the same breed, but different species, if you look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the truth. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And when like while ago posted people before the interview a while back, I reached out to her and I asked her, like, one thing I do is like I tell people, send me some stuff, tell me something about yourself. And she reads me this nice long, it's like a 4-page letter just about. And I read it. I just say, wow. And she's been through a lot. And I tell you, I mean, I tell you, I've seen things because like I said, I'm 50 years old. And I've seen things and done things. And what you've been through, ma'am, I think will break most people.
Well, bodybuilding saved me. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. The gym. Well, it was the gym. That's how it started out. Yeah. I lost my husband. I'll just tell you, he committed suicide, which is my son's father. Um, and if it wasn't for the gym, I don't know if I would have made it. And then I got remarried and had my daughter, and ended up my husband abandoned me and her. He has nothing to do with her. He hasn't seen her. He didn't even show up for the divorce, so he has no rights to her. So it's just me and my two kids, and the gym was just therapy at first, um, and it pulled me up out of the darkness, and it brought hope back to my life. So, and it continues to do so, continues to push me forward. And I think that's why I love it so much. And the structure, um, it gives me that sense of control because those things in my life were completely out of my control and life shattering, life altering. So yeah, I'm so thankful for the gym, for the training, what it does for me mentally, just as much as physically. So yeah.
Well, for your husband who passed away, not only you lost a husband, a boy lost a daddy. I mean, my father, he's been dead for about 10 years, but he was kind of in and out of my life for a good bit. Him and my mother were together. Technically, they were still married, 55 years married, but he was living in New Jersey while we were still here in North Carolina. And any man who does not care for his children, you know, he's a piece of shit because
Yes.
most definitely you're not a man. Like I said, I don't have children, but I was there when if my niece and nephews needed something from me, and hey, I don't have a problem if I got it, I'll give it to you. if you need a ride, if you need to borrow a few bucks, children are a piece of us. And when we go off to another place, if we pass away, my mother had to bury three children before she passed. My older brother was born stillborn. My big brother was born. He died in his 30s. My sister died. She's 50 something years old, and it's hard to be a parent to bury your children, but then also to bury your spouse. That's one thing. And
Yeah.
most definitely, the gym, what they tell me, it's that place. It's like it's your church, it's your therapy, the place to go, the deal with your frustrations. It's good also to get some therapy because to talk to somebody older. Some things that the gym may
Yeah.
not solve, but it's a place about like. I think one thing when the pandemic hit, because I know you were a nurse, you were kind of busy,
Yes.
and the gyms were closed. It was tough. I mean, I know it was
That was
hard. I think,
awful.
yeah, I mean, yeah, because that's when my mom died. She had gotten the virus and
Oh, I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, that mid early in 2020, because she was already sick already, and it just didn't take much. I appreciate the sorries, but that was, like I said again, that was we used to do like this. I joke with my mom and say, "Ain't I a man, mama? Ain't I a man?" He said, "Nah, you my baby." I said, "I'm a man, I'm a man." Because she's my riding buddy. We used to go yard sales, do this, do that. I know your boy's your riding buddy. Sometimes, and so again, they said by the great late Anthony Perkins, the movie cycle, a boy's best friend is his mother.
Yes. Yeah. We have a special relationship because you know, I'm all he has. So he's very proud of his mom, and he comes to the gym with me when he can, and he's interested in bodybuilding. And that's another thing. Like, I'm glad that I can show my kids that if you work hard and you're consistent and you're disciplined, that you can do anything that you want to do. And that's what I want to pass off to my kids. Yeah. So,
Well, it's a good thing that every parent wants to teach their children how to be the better person than themselves, how to
yeah.
grow and how to change. I mean, it's important in your life. Here, this is from my man, uh, Davey says, says, I always thought it would be cool to have the muscle ladies do some pro wrestling style promos. What you gonna do to when FBB mama goes wild on you, brother? Mania, where's the mania? Brother! Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Brother.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that because my stance is Hulk Hogan now. And also, just shout out to my man, Exit Gucci 23 coming through. He says, salute, brother George and Heather. Salute to you, brother. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot to deal with, what you deal with. But still, here's the thing. This somebody told me, just after my brother passed away, God don't put no more on us than we can bear. And this thing is also, I said like this, sometimes we'll bend, but if we don't break, we'll stay strong.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there's I truly believe that God, obviously, yeah, He won't put more on you than you can't handle, and there's always something better on the other side, even though you can't see it. He's there. He's already there. He has it already planned out. So you just have to have faith that things will get better and get through whatever the hard situation that you're in. It's temporary. Things will get better, and I mean, look at me now. It's crazy. So I never thought that this would happen. And and it probably wouldn't have, you know, hadn't I
Well,
been
just
through the trauma. Not saying that I want that, but like you can look and hindsight be like, okay, I'm here because of what I've been through, you know.
yeah. What about your family, like your mother, your mother and father, and any brothers and sisters? What they think about their girl being a bodybuilder?
They were kind of perplexed when I first started. Um, they didn't really understand it. They were worried about my health because you have to get so low body fat. But they are so proud of me now. They see how much I love it and how much what it's done for me, and how successful I've been. So they're super supportive now, and they help me out with my kids when I have to go to my shows. And yeah, and I have two sisters, and they're super proud. They're amazed. And my aunts and uncles, they're just like, we have a star in the family now. So it's cool, and I've inspired some of my family members to get into the gym. Um, my aunt in particular, my dad's sister. So that's priceless, you know.
Well, that's good because it's good to have that because I've had conversations with ladies who told me that being a bodybuilder affects their lives, especially when it comes to relationships. Boyfriends and husbands don't like that because they eventually, I know a couple ladies told me they got divorced because they got into bodybuilding. Then when it comes to family members like your parents, your mother will be saying, "Sweetheart, I don't want you to get so big and bulky. I don't want you not have a man, I don't want you to be lonely." And then your dad might say, "Well, you're my little girl. I don't want you to be my little boy." But it's
Yeah,
good,
yeah, there
yeah,
those conversations were had.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, they love me and they support any decision that, you know, that I
yeah,
make that I think is going to be best for me. So
yeah.
they'll say their 2 cents, and then we move on.
That thing is like your parents. You always want their blessings or their support when you do something. But if not, then it's you. You got to do things on your own.
Yeah,
So like I said, raising a family, responsibilities, doing the gym. That's a lot, especially being a woman, a single in this world. Women. I think y'all get it harsher compared to the men when it comes to certain things. Like I have stories where people tell me like, "Oh yeah, she's trying to be a man, yada 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 yada." And come on, guys, what? uh, It gets me how people act. Like me when I post content, especially most of my stuff is about a lot of it's about about women bodybuilding because I'm a fan of the
yeah,
sport. And I post content, I get people saying like, yeah, that's it." But if you don't like it, here's the thing: like, shut the fuck up.
yeah. Don't follow it. Don't look at it. Move on. People just like to be negative Nancy's, and they like to sit behind their little keyboards and, you know, say mean things. Whatever. It says more about them than it does anything else.
But you got the flip side. You have the guy say, "Wow, she's a hot chick with this buff," and like, let me, you have the other side to it.
Sending
That's
that
a
D
bit,
pic.
yeah, because this is the thing is something about, especially about when we see y'all ladies on the stage when you're on
Yeah.
your little posing suits and you're tanned up and oiled up and you're vascular. We get a little excited. We get a little excited. But here's the thing is people don't understand. To get to that, you have to be tired, you dehydrated, you're hangry. Like I said, you did the Tupelo late in the day and you lost your pump. I mean, they
Yeah.
don't know what it took for you to get to that stage and to present that physique.
Yeah. In that one moment, all of that work is for this one moment on stage to get up there and be perfect, to be your best for that one moment. And then you go
Mhm.
eat.
Yeah. Oh, and she mentioned my favorite thing. Go eat.
And then you go eat.
Yeah. Like tell me, Heather. Heather half says, "Where's that thing? That thing that I would say make you stranger, but make you stronger." Sherry, what's your favorite?
My favorite food, burger and fries is my go-to. If I'm gonna have, yeah, and I'm like, it's gotta have bacon and barbecue sauce on there. I like the pimento cheese that they put on hamburgers now. Yeah, and I like wings. That's what I had after the show: burger, fries, and wings, and it was awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing is that's the thing is you get that little bit of that nice little refeedy cheat meal every now and then after that show you say, you know what, me maybe we're gonna go out here, we're gonna eat like big dogs today, and then then you gotta get back onto your regular diet.
You got to. You'll. That's the reverse out of a competition prep is the hardest. Yeah, because you're even more hungry than you are in prep. Like, oh, it's tough. But
Yeah,
you got to do it right, or you're just blow up. Yeah.
yeah, because you know what, you just can't just eat anything. You have to be because follow certain macros and this and that. You have to have
Yes.
more protein, less starches. It's a science to eating. Eating is the most important part. Your
Yeah.
diet is the most important part of being a bodybuilder. It's not just just to, not just with just to work out about the right foods you're gonna eat. Especially you got a teenager and a baby. They are
There's
what tell
junk
me
food in this house all the time that I just don't eat. I look at it,
you look at it.
but I don't eat it.
Yeah. That's because you know what the kids are gonna eat what they eat. I know I've had somebody say me like the kids even eat the prep with mommy and daddy because they like it. But most kids no, they like their chicken nuggets, macaroni and cheese, a burger, maybe some French fries, like
Yes.
that. And they're children. But it's good that you are teaching them maybe a good balance, to have
Yeah.
something a little healthy, a little more green leafies, like that. I know I need to eat more. I do try to eat a little more, but then sometimes when I got back from Tampa. I called my sister and said, "Well, I'm just got another 30 minutes. We're gonna the next stop, and then we'll be in Dillon, and you come pick me up." Okay, all right. I had to go take care of some stuff before I got home, and then there's this Chinese restaurant, and I'm a Chinese loving whore, and
Mm.
it's a buffet. It's a nice buffet. I got myself this plate, and like I can barely close it. I eat it all in one day. I eat a bit in the middle of there, but
Yeah,
it's just something about it. When you taste good food, it feels good.
it
We got here,
does.
yeah. We got here my man KL the Wonder. He says, what up? Say what up, brother.
What
And
up?
also he says this, he says, get on the micro, George. Nah, I don't need to do that. I tried. Like, here's a true story about me. I was almost 500 pounds. That was about nearly 6 years ago. Because taking care of my mom, food was seen as a comfort. Because dealing with my mom's being sick and her stress with stuff that really put a burden on it. Between doing this and eating, was just it was something that helped me my comfort. But when she passed, I realized I saw a picture of myself. I said, you know what? I shouldn't be this big. What I'm doing. So I made some just choices. I'm still not. I'm not a bodybuilder yet. I still eat a little smart. Sometimes I might eat some broccoli and some chicken, and then next thing I might have a pizza. But I made a decision when I know what I got to live for myself because I don't have anybody else to live for.
Yeah,
And right now I'm sitting at 405 because I was
that's
like 480, and that was almost 6 years ago.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Though,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's a
Just little
struggle.
little minor changes can make a big impact. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a struggle. Here we got a
it is.
comment from my man David says, how do you get bodybuilding back on TV? Why the heck is body is a cornhole on TV, but not bodybuilding. Why does pro cornhole exist? Those are not athletes. Hey, true story.
That's the truth.
Yeah, when I was in when I got to Tampa, I got to my room. It was like maybe a little bit around 2 o'clock because I know the show was gonna start to 5. So I took a little rest, lay down a little bit, watching TV, and I flipped the channel. I was on ESPN Ocho. They were showing championship pillow fighting. Laugh with you. It's been around for a while now. We talked about this on my channel before. I do a live where we see sports like
Is there like
cornhole.
techniques for pillow fighting?
It's
I guess so.
somebody sent me a link with this even this hobby horse thing, and I saw this thing. If I can find the link, I've seen it too. It's in Germany where they're pushing carts. But the thing is, with David, to answer your question here, is because bodybuilding is not seen as a mainstream sport. Because
Mhm.
they're always going to use the excuse of steroids, even though every sports use. I do content on MMA and mixed martial arts, interview ladies from MMA to bare knuckle. There's been fighters and boxers and cop using performance enhancers. Olympic level competitors. Wasn't long ago. Remember, there's that whole government were doing courts sessions over baseball players taking steroids. Those guys are millionaires. They can, if they want to take something to help them out, that's good. That's them. But because bodybuilding, because it's such a extreme sport, and it gets that finger pointing at it because of how it's more of a presentation than performance. It's harder to have it on network television.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah, just gotta find people willing to do something about it. Here, get here from my man K. Ellie says, "I like your shoulders and arms, Heather."
Well, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go, KL. You got your flex. There you go, you schmoes. Now put away your lotion and your tissue. You're good now. So guys, that's all they want to see. Also, shout to man KL says, I watched a clip of the girl ate an entire plate of lasagna. Then she had something bring a bag of food after offered to her. Oh, okay, all right. Also, He says this. He says the public eye is not, concerned with bodybuilding. That's true. That's why they're pushing in the new division, as I call it, hot put. Because
Yeah.
it's more of like when bikini first was brought into the IFBB, it was supposed to be more about getting more attention. But now, as you look at divisions have evolved. If you look at girls in bikini, some of the girls are even surpassing the women from early bodybuilding. You look at wellness. I saw a lady who is 60 years old who's a bodybuilder now doing wellness. If you look at now, Missy Trescott switching because you were at Tupelo when she got her
Yeah.
qualification
Yeah.
for the Olympia, and she's going in as a 3-time fitness Olympian.
Yeah. She was awesome.
Yeah, she went through a lot. I mean, I remember somebody told me when that day when she busted her knee about a couple of years ago. I said,
Mm.
George, you saw it? I said, saw what? They sent me the clip. I said, oh shit. She's even commenting like some of my stuff. I'm a fan of Missy. Like I said again, I'm crossing my fingers for Lolo Montez, but if Missy gets it over the person I don't want to see get it, I'll accept it. Here goes my man KL says, I'm not putting away my tissue and lotion. Nice flex.
That's all you're getting.
home.
That's the only one.
That's all you're getting. Because then the guys in the comments say, Joyce, you keep asking to flex. No, they do enough flexing in their training practice. If you want to see flexing, go to the IGs, go to the social media platform.
That's right.
You can see all the flexes you want. I'm not going to ask them that. Every now and then, if she does it voluntary on her own because she's willing and wanting, I take that. But the rest of you guys, stop asking. You're sick freaks, and I'm one of you. I know that. So I'm sorry. I just had to put that out there. As I said again, I have a particular personality. So when you're training, what's that one body part you feel like it's like when you're training, it's like, wow, I love doing this, and the one you say, shit, I don't want to do this shit. I'm tired.
Oh, that's different. I'm gonna say like week to week. Usually legs is gonna be the tough one. It's just like, oh, I gotta mentally prepare for leg day. It's kind of a love hate. I love it, but it hurts, and it really tears up my CNS just because it's so brutal. So it's probably gonna be legs for both answer. Like I love it because it's so hard and taxing. It scares me when I go into a leg day, and I think it should if you do it right. And then I also dread it at the same time. So, yeah,
Heather, I'm gonna tell you this: you're a masochist. You're a sick
I
freak.
probably am.
Anybody who
Maybe a
loves
little
leg,
bit. I think you have to be.
I've interviewed quite a few ladies, and when I hear one say they love leg day, I could say you're a mutant. You're a sick freak.
It's a love hate. Yeah.
You're like it's like that song Prince song. Yeah, I'm not. My Prince is not. My voice sounds like it used to be. Like Prince. Yeah, just like But yeah, I think as any athlete, you want to work on your strengths as much as your weaknesses. You want to be a complete athlete. Like I said, Tyler is not a big
My
fan of this
daughter
guy.
just woke up. Come here, baby.
Oh, she is. Hey, baby. Oh, hey, baby. Hey, darling. Hey.
This is Gemma.
Oh, Jim. She's a Jim. Oh.
Yeah.
Can I eat the baby? You in me belly.
Can you
You
say
in
hi?
me belly. Hey. She's so sweet. I mean,
Her
like I
little
said,
nose.
oh, that's one of my biggest regrets, never having any of my own. My sister, my older sister, always tell me, "You're not too old." I'm 50, 51 in November. I'm done. If I didn't get him like years ago,
Yeah. You gotta
I'm done.
think like when they graduate from high school, you'd be like 68,
Plus the
69. Yeah.
70.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you would see like,
That's
oh, where's my boy? Say, oh, that's your grandpa? No, that's my daddy.
that's my dad.
Yeah, but hey, when your son go graduate from high school, your daughter graduates from high school. Hey, who's that buff chick? Oh, that's my mom. Say,
That's right.
wow, yeah. But yeah, it's good. Oh, here's my man Kia. He says, she a cutie pie. She is.
I
But like I
think
said,
she's still like half asleep. That's
yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's all right, baby. We won't hold you too long. Your mama can put you back to baby bye and give you a little bottle. Okay. So we're not gonna hold her, too long for baby just woke up and she's so sweet little thing. My youngest nephew, his 10th kid, just turned a month
10th.
old. 10th, 10th.
Oh my
He's
lord. Two is enough for me. Two isn't too many. Just
he had an ex-wife and three baby mamas, and now he's on his fourth or fifth baby mama, and he was he was a handful when he was younger. He's still a handful today, but I love him, Brian. Shout out to him. He served also our country too, and
oh,
his sister. But yeah, it's good that you have your boy and your girl in your corner, support you, your family and friends. I mean, most people said again who don't understand the sport, don't understand the discipline and sacrifice you have to make, the travel, all you have to do, the shows and everything else. I mean, most people wouldn't want to do the sport if they could avoid it.
no, they wouldn't. Yeah. It's you gotta be that's why like I guess only 1% of the population does it. Because it is hard. But
Hmm.
like you said, you have to have a passion for it. You have to love it. Um, and I do. I really,
Yeah.
really do. I don't think I've had a passion for I mean, I love nursing, right? But it was never like my passion. Like when I was in nursing school, there were some students, they were just like this was their passion to be a nurse. Um, I never had that feeling. So when I found bodybuilding, that's that's when I found my passion. And so, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that I found it. I didn't know that if I ever would find a passion for something. Um, so it's pretty awesome. I love it.
One thing is, it's like this. It's the toughest job you ever gonna love. Being a parent, working as a nurse, and being a bodybuilder. You have to love it. You have to have a passion for it. I have ladies telling me that even though you go to shows, like what was the prize money for? You got like four or $500. You know, that's
Right.
not much. At the end of the day, when you especially
No.
the you know, but you can look at it right now. I'll just shoot up the prize money for the men's 700, nearly about $250,000, but you know just need people who want to be involved with to maybe to advance y'all ladies, give the opportunities, the recognition you deserve. I
Yeah.
mean, you may not work as hard as the men, but you still have to walk that fine line of being a woman and of being an athlete. That's tough for anybody to do,
That's true.
and also you got your baby here. I mean, I know she loves her mama. I know you love your mama, don't you, Gemma? And she loves you, and you want to set a good example for both your children. That's a good thing about that.
She loves it. She'll pose with me. She see me pose, so she'll hit some poses. And I'll
So
tell her to
you,
eat her food. I'm like, you gotta get muscles like mommy. She's like, oh, okay. I'll eat my food to get muscles like mommy.
so you might see Gemma in the Olympia in 2065.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be cool. It's 2060, 2065. My number's a little off. I'm getting it. Here we have here from my man KL. Shout out to him. He says this says she is cutie. Your name is also Gemma. Thank you, brother. And also my man Josh Simpkins. Happy Friday, George and Heather. Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
folks, we're not gonna hold much too longer. Like I said again, baby just woke up. Maybe want a little nap, maybe a little snack or something.
Always
Yeah,
food. Always.
yes, always food. She's already got a mentality of a bodybuilder. It's food. But what would you, as a competitor, say that would help you advance in this sport?
Mm, hmm. What would help me advance in this sport? I don't have any sponsors, and it is expensive, right? So that's something that I would like to hopefully one day have happen for me. Have someone to sponsor me, and help me out with the financial burden of competing. I think that would help me advance. Hmm.
Well, here's
That's
this
a tough
answer like this.
question.
Well, like I said, I'm good at what I'm doing. My master Ra's al Ghul taught me the demon's head. Be aware of surroundings all the time, young master Wayne. And here's the thing: this is what we want to hear. We don't want to see people going like, "Hey there, Heather, you got the red hair, you got a little fire to you." But no, we don't want that. We want saying, Mrs. Wright, you are inspiration to mothers, women, bodybuilders. We have a company and we want to see athletes gain the great opportunities they can. We like to sponsor you as a brand ambassador athlete. So, madam, if you're interested, if it's something that works with you, if it's something you feel like you feel comfortable about using our product and something that you might help you on along your way, we're happy to help you. If also, we might also have daycare services for your children if you need it, and also we just want to see you grow as an athlete in this sport.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That'd be nice.
Yeah. I wish we can do that. I would say, folks out there who is interested in sponsoring this lovely lady. She got this cute little baby. I want to take care. I just want to use. I like, just want to. But someone out there, if you have the means and the way, hey baby, you have the means and the way to help some of these competitors. It's not much. If you know Heather in your area, you see her getting gas, hey, pay for her gas. If she come to the grocery store, hey, give her a discount. Do these little things that help. She got kids to take care of, she got mouths to feed, she got herself to feed, she got a coach to take care of. She has a lot on her plate. If you are someone who's willing and wanting to help, we appreciate it. It has to be genuine.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm trying to be very, very, very PG-13 for the baby as much as I can. But guys, don't be that weird guy, okay? So, you have anybody want to shout out before we let you go? And you already got the little question right there, so you don't need to shout her out. She's there.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think we shouted out. I shouted out Kenny, and Blue. Those are my two guys that make me perfect on stage. And well, my gym, I go to Power Up Sports and Wellness here in West Virginia, and they're my family, and they've supported me, and they've given me a key so I can go in there and do my 4 a.m. cardio. They're not 24/7 gym, so yeah, shout them out.
Yeah. Shout out to Power Up. I
Power
mean,
up,
hey,
yes.
they really got to trust you. Just hey, Heather, I'm gonna be sleeping till whenever. Here's the gym. Go ahead and do what you got to do. I'm just make sure you close everything up and don't mess with the cash register.
Yeah.
That's good. So, folks, if you want to follow the lovely Mrs. Wright, check her link in the description of this live stream. Support her as an athlete. Also shout out to this lovely little baby. God bless the children. God bless the babies. So, if you're interested in maybe supporting her, guys, have a genuine plan, something not too weird. I know what you're doing, guys. I've been one of y'all guys. I know how you are, how you behave. Hey, baby. So if you're interested in help her out in her path and genuine interest, reach out.
Yes.
Genuinely. Don't be
Genuine.
don't be weird. Don't be weird. Be respectful. This is a lady, and that's her baby. So if I hear problems like that, the uncle will come out of me, and I'm gonna whoop somebody's head. So I'm gonna tell you. So I have to really edit myself down for you, baby. So I have to edit myself down. So, yeah. So folks, yeah. So folks, I appreciate my guests here, my man KL the Wonder, my brother XA Gucci 23, my man David from Female Bodybuilding Forum. Shout out to my man Josh Simpkins coming through. All you watch this video, subscribe, comment, follow us on social media, support the women in the sport of bodybuilding. These ladies, they get so much and ask so little. But you know what? If you have the time, please, please, it doesn't hurt to help. So, ma'am, I said again, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was nice meeting you and talking to you. I had fun.
Well, this thing is, man, I want to be fun and informative. And also the quote from my great hero, the Dark Knight himself. You never have to when it comes thank you. That's why I do this. So, folks, from me to you, from Heather to Little Gemma, I'd like to thank you. Enjoy your weekend. You see me on my way to page, aka the Emperor of Female Button Talk. Like, don't like, subscribe, good night, go out, and God bless. Bye bye, Gemma.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.